Stop right there. Do not scroll past this holy message. I need your absolute attention for a moment because this is not an accident. Look at my words. Do not let the digital noise distract your spirit today. Heaven has intentionally paused your day to bring you to this intersection. The enemy wants you to swipe away into the darkness of endless scrolling. He wants you to remain blind to the blessing that is coming. But I am stepping into your atmosphere with urgent purpose right now. If you rush past this moment, you will regret it. Stay with me because your entire path is about to change. You are extremely lucky to see this text appear on your screen today. But luck has absolutely nothing to do with this divine arrangement. My hand guided your fingers to click on this video, and I have overridden the complex algorithms of this world just to reach your heart. This is your appointed time to listen to my voice. Listen to me in the deepest place of your being. Can you give me just a few minutes of your time? I promise that your faithful patience will not be wasted today. Something just shifted in the unseen realm the exact second you paused here. A holy window of opportunity has opened up for your life. Do not turn away from this message because the consequences of distraction are too heavy. You have been wandering in a maze of confusion for many weeks. You are searching for answers that the world cannot provide. And if you close this video now, you might miss the very breakthrough you prayed for. I am warning you because the adversary is trying to drown out my calling. He uses the trivial things of this world to steal your focus. He wants you to believe that this is just another random video, but you know deep down that your spirit felt a sudden pull. That pull is my grace drawing you back to the light. Look at me right now. Put down your worries and clear your mind of all racing thoughts. I have a critical revelation that you need to see before this day ends. It is a secret blueprint concerning your immediate future, and I am about to reveal it to those who choose to stay. You have been running on empty strength for far too long. I see your hidden exhaustion and I know the heavy pressure you carry. You are the silent survivor who always pretends to be completely fine, but you cannot hide your aching soul from my all-seeing eyes. I am here to rescue you from the storm. There is a specific reason why you have faced so many intense battles lately. The enemy is not fighting your current broken state. He is absolutely terrified of the glorious destiny that I have prepared for you. He wants to destroy your hope before you realize your true identity, but his power over you ends today. I need you to understand that something massive is happening behind the scenes. You feel a strange restlessness in your chest that you cannot explain. You thought it was just anxiety or stress from your daily life, but that restlessness is actually your spirit sensing a monumental shift in the heavenly realms. The waiting season that has drained your faith is finally drawing to a close. Doors that were locked tightly are beginning to tremble at my command. I am preparing to release a flood of provision that will overwhelm your past lack. But you must be awake and watchful to receive this inheritance. Why do you think you stumbled across this specific message at this exact hour? Heaven aligned time itself in 2026 to make sure you heard these words. This is a divine rescue mission for your weary heart. I am breaking through the static of the universe to hold your hand. Do not allow fear or doubt to convince you to walk away from this sanctuary. If you skip this message, you are walking back into the hands of confusion. You will continue to fight invisible enemies with your own limited power. But if you stay, I will reveal the hidden traps ahead of you. I want to open a major loop of truth in your mind right now. There is a deep mystery behind the recent rejections you experienced. You cried bitterly when those perfect doors slammed shut in your face. You thought I was punishing you or ignoring your desperate tears. But the truth will shock your soul. I have kept a great secret hidden from your eyes for your own safety. I delayed your steps on purpose to shield you from an invisible destruction. And during this video, I will unlock the exact reason for every single delay you suffered. You will finally understand why the silence was necessary. Are you ready to receive the answers you have been begging for? Do not let your mind wander to the tasks of tomorrow. This present moment belongs to your Creator, and your soul needs this nourishment. Sit quietly and let my peace wash over your chaotic thoughts. The revelation is unfolding right now. You are my chosen warrior, and I have not forgotten your name. I have recorded every prayer you whispered in the middle of the night. I have counted every single tear that stained your pillow in the dark. Your faithfulness in the wilderness has proven the purity of your devotion. Now it is time for you to make a small movement of faith. If your heart is beating faster because you recognize my presence, take action. Like this video right now as an act of holy agreement between your soul and my voice. This simple touch is your physical seal of alignment with my covenant. By pressing that button, you are telling heaven that you are ready to listen. You are choosing to stand firm instead of swiping away into distraction. This is your micro-commitment to the journey of transformation today. See how easily you can step out of the enemy trap by obeying my prompt. Good. You stayed and you chose to align your spirit with my frequency. Now let us go deeper into the sanctuary of my presence. Breathe deeply and let your tired shoulders relax completely. The urgency of stopping your scroll was because I wanted to hold your heart in my hands. Come closer to me and listen with the deepest part of your soul. I am changing my tone from the loud command to a gentle whisper. I want to speak directly to the fractures and the wounds you carry. Let my tenderness dissolve the thick walls of defense you built against the cruel world. You are safe here in this quiet space of divine connection. The noise of the world is fading away, and only my truth remains. I know your name, and I know every secret thought you hide. Let me tell you what I see when I look at your beautiful broken heart. I see a warrior who has fought too many battles without any armor. I see a child who has poured out sincere love into empty hands. You have been misunderstood by the very people you tried to save, but your story does not end in the valley of isolation and silent tears. Stay with me as we open the next chapter of your destiny. The warning has been delivered, and your focus has been secured. Now let me reveal the accurate reading of your soul. Listen carefully to the whispers of my grace, because the healing is beginning in this very second. I know your heart is incredibly tired. I see you more clearly than you see yourself in this quiet moment. Let me tell you why I had to step into your day right now. You have been carrying a heavy weight that was never meant for your small shoulders. I see the invisible fractures in your spirit, and I know how often you have rushed past moments like this just to keep going. I saw you when you sat on the cold edge of your bed last night. I saw you when you stared into the dark room with heavy tears welling up in your eyes. I saw you when you pressed your face into your pillow so nobody would hear your quiet weeping. You did not want your family to know how broken you felt inside. You wanted to protect them from your overwhelming sorrow. I saw you when you hid in the bathroom. You turned on the water to mask your sobbing. I saw you when you looked at your reflection in the glass and wondered who you had become. I saw you when you held your aching chest because the pain was simply too big for words. I saw every single tear and none of them vanished. I was there when you felt completely isolated in a crowded room full of smiling faces. You laughed out loud with your friends, but your soul was quietly screaming for help. I saw you walk through the grocery store with a heavy lump in your throat, and I watched you swallow your grief because the world demanded your constant strength. I was there when you laid awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your racing mind refused to shut down because the bills were piling up fast. I was there when you whispered my name in a broken fragment of hope. You thought the thick silence swallowed your prayer, but it landed directly in my hands. Are you listening to my whisper right now? Do not let distraction steal this profound validation from your aching soul. Pause right here and let this truth settle into your spirit. You have been fighting these massive battles entirely in silence. You are the silent survivor of a hidden war. You wrap your bleeding wounds in a fake smile every morning. You have trained yourself to be the stable pillar for everyone around you. People run to you when their lives are falling apart because you are a safe refuge for them. You listen to their complaints and you absorb their heavy anxieties. You give them your last bit of money and your precious time. You pour your sincere love into their empty hands without asking for anything back. But my child, who takes care of you when your own world is crumbling into pieces? Who listens to your silent screams when you are drowning in pressure? Nobody asks how you are doing because you play the role of the strong one so perfectly. You have convinced the entire world that you are completely unbreakable. But I see the terrible exhaustion that has settled deep into your bones. This exhaustion is not the kind that can be easily cured by a few hours of sleep. It is a deep tiredness of the soul that makes every morning feel like an act of defiance. Your shoulders are perpetually tight from carrying the burdens of your whole family. Your mind is constantly foggy because you are trying to solve problems that are far beyond your control. You feel a constant physical tightness right behind your chest that never lifts. You try to breathe deeply, but the air feels shallow and restricted. This somatic heaviness is the accumulated weight of all the unexpressed pain you have buried away. You have stuffed your trauma down into the dark corners of your heart. You thought hiding it would make it disappear, but it is draining your life force. Let me speak directly to the pure giver inside of you. I know how purely you love the people in your life. I know how many times you have forgiven the exact same person for breaking your trust. You gave them your absolute best, and they met your kindness with cold disappointment. They used your beautiful generosity as a footstool for their own selfish greed. You have been severely mistreated, and you have silently asked me why love always hurts you so deeply. You wondered if there was something fundamentally wrong with your own nature. You asked if you should harden your heart and stop caring about people altogether. But hear me with the deepest part of your heart. I created your soft nature to be a mirror of my own compassion. Do not let the cruelty of selfish people destroy the sacred garden I planted inside you. Your ability to love deeply is not your weakness. It is your ultimate spiritual weapon in a world full of darkness. But you must learn a holy discernment, because you cannot save people who choose to stay blind. You cannot keep sacrificing your own peace for those who refuse to change. Let us pause for a brief moment in the middle of this painful validation. Breathe deeply and let your mind stop racing for just this second. Look at me, my beloved child, because you need to hear this next part clearly. If this message is speaking directly to your spirit right now, take action. Like this video as an act of absolute agreement between your heart and mine. By hitting that button, you are acknowledging that your hidden suffering is seen by heaven. You are making a minor commitment to stop running from your own feelings. You are telling me that you are finally ready to let go of the fake mask of strength. This simple movement of your finger anchors your spirit to the healing frequency I am releasing over your life today. I see how often you have questioned your own worth over the past year. You look at the people around you who seem to succeed so effortlessly. They do not seem to struggle with the same intense emotional warfare that tortures you. They do not face the constant financial blocks or the broken relationships that drain your energy. And you have secretly wondered if you are cursed. You have wondered if you arrived entirely late to your own destiny. You look at your age and you look at your empty bank account and your heart sinks. You feel like you are standing completely still in a thick fog of uncertainty while the world rushes past you. You feel like a failure because you could not meet the heavy expectations of society or your parents. But my beloved child, you are comparing your hidden preparation to their public theater. You are not a random fragment of creation that was left behind in the desert. You are a priceless masterpiece that I am carefully forming in the secret places. A precious jewel covered in thick dust is still incredibly valuable to the collector. The dust does not change the internal worth. I have watched you walk through seasons of severe lack where you had to count every single penny. I saw the anxiety that gripped your stomach when the car broke down or the rent was due. You did not know how you would survive the next week. But look back at your history. You survived every single day that you thought would completely destroy you. You are still standing here. That is not luck or coincidence. That is my supernatural provision sustaining your fragile life in the shadows. I was the quiet grace that gave you the strength to get out of bed when you wanted to quit. I was the anonymous helper who sent just enough resources to keep your head above water. I have been your safe refuge, even when you could not perceive my invisible hand. I know you have felt a strange restlessness in your chest that you could not name. You thought it was just anxiety or fear of the future, but that restlessness is your spirit sensing that your current season is shrinking. I am pulling you away from an old foundation that can no longer support your growth. Do not panic when things fall apart around you, because I am rebuilding your life. Breathe softly in the stillness of my presence. Let the heavy armor slide off your tired body. You do not have to fight these invisible demons alone anymore. I am stepping into your atmosphere to take the wheel from your trembling hands. Your long night of silent sorrow is finally drawing to a close. Listen closely as I prepare to show you the beautiful purpose behind every scar you carry. But my beloved child, none of this painful history was invisible to me. You truly thought you were walking entirely alone through the freezing rain. You thought I abandoned your fragile soul when the night grew dark, but I saw it all. I stood right beside you when you felt the heavy weight of yesterday still sitting on your heart. And now let me tell you with the ultimate tenderness your weary soul needs that I never left your side. I want to close a major loop of heavy confusion in your mind right now. Let us reveal the grand mystery behind those closed doors you hated so much. You wept bitterly when those perfect opportunities vanished into thin air. You thought you failed a critical test. But those closed doors were never my cruel punishment for your mistakes. Every single one of them was my absolute divine protection from an unseen trap. I purposefully blocked your steps because I saw a hidden destruction waiting for you in those sweet rooms you wanted to enter so badly. My all-seeing eyes saw the rotten foundation that would eventually crush your spirit. I held you back on purpose because I loved you too much to let you break. Do you understand the magnitude of this profound revelation? I delayed your timing because the season was not yet ready for your grand destiny in this world. In reality, I was shielding your pure heart from the toxic infections of an early success. Do not call my holy protection a failure ever again. Your delayed path was my most precise gift. Let us answer another deep question that tortures your mind. Why have you been attacked with so much extreme exhaustion lately? You are a pure-hearted giver who always tries to do the right thing for everyone, yet you constantly face intense betrayal and financial blocks. The enemy attacks your life because he is terrified of the great light you carry inside your spirit. He targets you specifically because your rising destiny will shatter his line. The heavy spiritual warfare you experience is the ultimate proof of your massive value in my house. You are a holy vessel being tested in a fierce fire. But the enemy has no real power to destroy your soul. Let me share an ancient blueprint to heal your empty heart. There was an incredible prophet in the old days who called fire. He won the greatest spiritual battle of his entire generation. But immediately after that massive victory, a dark threat paralyzed his mind with intense fear. He ran straight into the barren wilderness and collapsed under a lonely tree. This mighty warrior lay down in the dust and begged me to take his life away. He was not a weak man. He was just entirely empty after giving his absolute everything to a broken people. He told me that he had enough of the constant fighting and the total isolation. He felt like the only faithful servant left in a wicked world. He wanted to sleep forever because his soul was completely exhausted. I look at you right now and I see the exact same reflection of that tired prophet. You have fought a long war against generational trauma and silent abuse. You have given your last ounce of emotional energy to people who never appreciated your heavy sacrifice. And now you are sitting under your own broom tree of despair. You feel like throwing your hands up in the air and giving up on your dreams. But notice very carefully how I responded to my exhausted champion in the desert. I did not send a loud lightning bolt of rebuke to punish his sudden lack of faith. I did not lecture him about his holy duties or demand that he stand up immediately. Instead, I sent a beautiful angel to bake him fresh bread in the coals. And I let him rest in the soft shade until his strength returned. I am doing the exact same thing for your fragile soul in this very second. I am not asking you to fight harder with your empty hands today. I am not demanding early perfection from you. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is simply rest in my shadow. Eat the spiritual bread I am feeding you through these words. Let my grace refill your dry well completely. You have traveled a very long distance on your own limited power. You have carried the heavy burdens of your parents until your spine began to bend. But your human strength was never designed to sustain a global warfare. It is time to pass the heavy bags over to my giant hands. Let the creator of the stars fight the wicked entities that are plotting your downfall in the dark. Let us establish a powerful worldview statement that will forever alter your perspective. The pain you have endured over the past few years is not your final grave. It is the sacred shaping ground for the leader I am raising you to become. I allowed the wilderness to strip away your false dependencies. I wanted you to discover that my presence is the only rock that cannot be shaken by the storm. A magnificent transformation is happening within your spiritual DNA while you listen to my whisper. The old version of you that depended on human validation is quietly dying away in this sanctuary. I am replacing your fragile wishbone with a sturdy backbone of holy authority. You are no longer a helpless victim of a cruel fate. You are a chosen warrior undergoing an intensive training program right now. Look at the ancient heroes like Joseph who spent long decades in the darkest prison pits. They did not understand the heavy silence of heaven while they suffered injustice. But I was working beneath the chaotic surface to position them for a throne. Your current valley of isolation is your official preparation room for a massive breakthrough. Do not drop the golden dream I placed inside you. I need you to understand something deeply before we move to the next phase of your destiny. The silence you experienced was never my absence. It was my absolute intimacy. When a teacher gives a critical exam to a student, the room becomes perfectly quiet. The teacher does not speak because the student must focus completely on the paper. I was watching your faithfulness in the quietness. And now, my beloved child, the exam is officially over. I am stepping out of the shadows to greet you. I am ready to grade your beautiful endurance. You passed the test of the wilderness because you did not curse my name in the dark. You kept a tiny spark of hope alive even when the entire world told you to surrender to despair. I am so incredibly proud of the silent survivor you have become through this trial. Let the heavy atmosphere of sorrow leave your room right now. I am shifting my voice from a gentle whisper to a magnificent declaration of cosmic authority. The season of hiding your tears is finished. I am pulling back the dark curtains to let the sun shine on your face. Listen carefully because my words will change reality. I am changing the very foundation of your existence to prepare you for an unshakable kingdom. Do not weep when the wrong relationships crumble into dust around your feet. Do not panic when toxic environments reject you. I am simply clearing the debris to build a glorious temple. You are an heir to an eternal inheritance. The enemy thought he could bankrupt your future by blocking your income. But I am already preparing a supernatural supply line that will arrive at your door at the perfect millisecond. Your financial drought is ending. Breathe in my truth. You can stand tall because your Creator is backing your steps completely. Now we are approaching the ultimate threshold of your spiritual liberation. I have a precise command that will shatter the last chain of the enemy. Please hold your position and do not let distractions steal this segment. The final declaration of your freedom is about to be spoken. Prepare to receive this authority. Hear my voice, with absolute clarity, in this momentous hour. I declare that the dark season of your limitation is officially finished. The heavy chains that bound your ancestors for generations are shattering into thousands of tiny pieces right now. The spirit of constant struggle and financial lack has lost its legal authority over your household. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your bloodline. The adversary tried to convince you that you were completely trapped in an endless loop of disappointment. He wanted you to believe that you would inherit the exact same sickness and poverty that destroyed your parents. But his wicked illusions are entirely dissolved by the majestic roar of my voice today. I am rewriting your destiny with letters of gold, and no human entity can erase the covenant I am establishing with you. Look at the massive shift occurring in the unseen realm at this very millisecond. Every locked door that caused you deep bitterness is trembling at my absolute command. I did not block your advancement because I forgot your faithful name in the wilderness. I shut those deceptive windows because I saw a fatal destruction waiting for your pure soul on the other side. My silence was a holy shield of protection. You wanted to walk into rooms that would have completely broken your beautiful spirit. You wanted to hold hands with people who were secretly equipped to drain your life force. But I loved you too much to let you wander into those invisible traps. I allowed the painful separation to happen so I could preserve your holy vessel for a much greater calling. The delay was my most precise act of grace. Now the high walls of your opposition are falling down just like the ruins of ancient Jericho. The enemies who mocked your silent tears will watch your rapid elevation in total wonder. They thought your isolation was a sign of permanent defeat, but it was actually your intensive training period in the secret place of the Most High. You are coming out of the cave with double power. I am releasing a massive flood of supernatural restoration today. I am restoring the joyful years that depression stole from your youth. I multiply your financial resources right now. You will become a living refuge for thousands of broken people. Your empty cup is overflowing with divine favor. The wealth of the wicked is being transferred to your hands. The strategy of the enemy was to make you feel completely insignificant. He targeted your tender mind with constant arrows of heavy doubt. He wanted you to accept a small life of survival. He did not want you to step into your royal heritage. But I am stripping that false identity away from your consciousness right now. You are a kingly child. Receive the magnificent seal of your absolute liberation in this sacred atmosphere. The legal documents of your past debts are being torn apart by mercy. The demonic blockages that prevented your professional growth are melting away like soft wax. You are walking under an open heaven, and your path is completely clear. Do not look back at the shadow. Now the peak of the cosmic battle has passed. I need your full cooperation for the next step. The roar of my thunder is softening into a beautiful frequency. I want you to step into the position of complete surrender. You no longer have to carry the heavy shield. You do not have to swing the sword on your own. The war belongs to your Creator. You do not need the complicated human strategies of this world. You do not need the expensive programs of men to heal your broken vessel. My supernatural presence is the only medicine you need. It can reach the deep roots of your chronic pain easily. I have prepared a special provision of deep rest for your tired soul right here. Stop trying to engineer your own miracles through desperate striving. I need you to perform a simple act of obedience right now. It will release the accumulated pressure from your body. Close your eyes to the chaotic distractions of this world for just one moment. Let your stiff neck relax and drop your tight shoulders completely. Take a very deep breath of my holy breath right now. Hold it in your chest for a second, and then let it go completely. Feel the cool wind of my spirit blowing through your anxious brain. I see the painful knot that has been resting behind your chest for many long months. I feel the heavy lump of unspoken grief clogging your throat. You have been swallowing your bitterness for so long that your physical vessel is suffering. You carried the heavy emotional bags of your parents until your own spine began to bend. You played the role of the unbreakable hero while your heart was bleeding in the dark. But I am commanding you to lay those heavy bags down at my feet right now. Those burdens were never designed for your small shoulders to carry through this life. I am reaching my loving hand into the deepest depths of your physical body. I want to extract the toxic residue of old trauma cleanly. Feel the gentle warmth of my divine presence dissolving the icy blockages in your blood vessels right now. The tight muscles in your lower back are untying under my grace. Your rapid heartbeat is slowing down to match the peaceful rhythm of my heart. You are entering a state of absolute security where no weapon formed against you can prosper. The noise of the demanding world is fading away completely, and only my sweet voice remains. See how easy it is to receive healing when you stop fighting my timing. You do not have to earn my love through constant performance. You do not have to achieve perfection to please your Creator. You are precious to my eyes just as you are in this moment. I am pouring a special oil of joy upon your head right now to restore your strength. This holy oil will wash away the cold ashes of your mourning permanently. The dark thoughts that whispered suicide or complete surrender are being silenced by my angels. I am setting a divine watchman over your mind to guard your thoughts from the enemy. You are completely safe inside the secret fortress of my love. Do not fear the night. Look at the transformation that has occurred within your spirit while you sat here. You are no longer the frightened slave who must beg for crumbs from the world. You are stepping into the identity of an heir to an unshakable kingdom. The old armor of survival is being replaced by a magnificent garment of pure praise and divine authority. The people who once looked down on your poverty will soon face total surprise. They will come to find shade under the wide branches of your life. I am growing you into a massive tree of righteousness for my glory. You will feed entire communities of broken souls with your wisdom. Your past suffering was not a meaningless tragedy at all. Your pain was the rich soil for your future ministry in this world. Every single scar on your skin will become a powerful testimony of my grace. Breathe in the ultimate stillness of this holy moment before we move forward. Let the total calm settle into the marrow of your bones. Your chaotic future is already taken care of completely. I am already standing in your tomorrow, and I have aligned everything you need. You can rest your mind and stop running from the shadows. The heavy fog of uncertainty is parting to reveal a straight highway of purpose. I will guide you with absolute precision, and I will not confuse your spirit. My voice brings total clarity to your heart. I am erasing the painful memories of the rejections that made you question your value. The harsh words of the people who abandoned you are being wiped clean now. They did not see your true worth because they were completely blind to my glory inside you. Do not let their ignorant opinions dictate your spiritual status in my house. You are now resting under the safe shadow of my giant wings. Feel the absolute stillness settling into your weary soul right now. The heavy spiritual warfare of your past is completely over, and as you sit here in this sacred atmosphere, I am establishing a permanent divine boundary around your family so that no weapon formed against you will ever prosper again. Breathe in this magnificent grace. Your mind is finally clear of the chaotic static of this cruel world. The toxic memories of old rejections are fading away into absolute nothingness. You can feel the deep physical relaxation spreading through your tired body. I am anchoring this complete deliverance into your spirit forever because I want you to walk forward without any lingering fear of the dark valley. Your future is fully secured. Look at the straight highway of purpose opening up before your beautiful eyes. The dark fog of deep uncertainty has been entirely removed by my light. I am guiding your daily steps with absolute precision from this moment forward. And you will not stumble or lose your way in the coming months, because my presence will be your constant compass through every new season. I want you to understand that this massive breakthrough is a permanent state. It is not a temporary relief from your overwhelming daily troubles. I am establishing an everlasting covenant of peace with your entire household today, and your children will inherit the rich blessings of your faithful endurance, because the generational cycles of lack and fear have been broken permanently. You have proven your loyalty to my house during the longest nights. You stayed true to my name when the world mocked your silent tears. Now it is time for heaven to reward your beautiful resilience publicly, and I am preparing a grand feast of total victory in the very presence of your enemies so they can watch your rapid elevation with absolute wonder. Now we are entering the sacred moment of your physical confirmation. Do not let this powerful energy evaporate into the air when the video ends. I need you to perform a simple ritual of holy agreement right now. Lift your hand and touch the screen with a purposeful heart as you like this message to anchor the divine alignment into your physical reality. By pressing that button, you are marking this exact hour as your day of true liberation. You are telling the unseen realm that you fully accept my promise. This is your personal seal upon the beautiful covenant we have written together today, and you will see how easily you can claim your inheritance through this minor act of obedience because I am ready to reward your faith. Do not delay your blessing. Good. Your physical alignment has been recorded in the books of heaven. Now let us go deeper into the proclamation of your brand new identity. Open your heart and let your voice be heard in the comments below. I want you to write a bold declaration of your absolute trust today, as you type the word AMEN to finalize this spiritual contract right now. When you type that word, you are releasing a powerful sound into the spiritual atmosphere. You are shutting the mouths of the dark entities that whispered failure into your ears. If you want to declare your full victory, you can write a deeper confession. You can comment the phrase, "God is my safe refuge," because that statement will immediately activate my protection over your anxious mind. I love to read the sincere expressions of your faith in that quiet space. Your written words are like a sweet fragrance rising to my heavenly throne. It does not matter if you do not have the perfect language to describe your deep feelings. Just write from the honest fractures of your heart, and my spirit will interpret the meaning cleanly. We must now look outward at the grand mission I have prepared for your life. You were not saved from the furnace just to sit in comfortable isolation forever. You have been formed into a magnificent light bearer for a broken generation. and there are thousands of desperate souls who are still trapped in the same darkness you escaped because they have no leader. They are crying out for a tiny spark of hope in the middle of their secret storms. They do not know that a rescue mission is available for their lives today. I have chosen you to be the anonymous messenger of my grace to those hurting people, and I want you to share this exact video with 3 souls who are quietly breaking inside. Think of the people in your social circle who are carrying heavy bags of anxiety. Think of the close friends who have been mistreated by the harsh systems of this world. Send them this holy message as a direct gift from my loving heart, and you will become the literal answer to the desperate prayers they whispered in the dark last night. By sharing this truth, you are multiplying the divine favor upon your own path. You are sowing a precious seed of deep gratitude that will produce a massive harvest of miracles. The adversary wants you to keep this peace hidden inside your own room, but I am commanding you to expand your borders and bless the world today. See how your past suffering is being turned into a powerful tool for global healing. Every single scar on your skin will give you the authority to comfort the broken. People will look at your rapid restoration, and they will find the courage to believe again. You are becoming a living testimony of my supernatural power in this world. Now let us secure your long-term connection to my daily guidance. The journey ahead of you will require constant nourishment and fresh wisdom every single morning. The enemy will try to plant new weeds of doubt in your garden if you remain isolated. You must stay anchored to the sweet community of the chosen ones. I want you to subscribe to this channel right now to protect your spiritual momentum. This is not a worldly transaction for entertainment or human vanity. It is a strategic decision to keep your ears tuned to the exact frequency of my voice. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss my urgent promptings. Every single day, I will send a fresh piece of bread to sustain your warrior spirit. I will give you the precise strategies to overcome the hidden traps of the adversary. By staying connected here, you are building a sturdy fortress around your mind. You are choosing to walk in the light instead of wandering in the dark fog. Now, take a final deep breath of my absolute peace as we close this holy sanctuary. Let the total calm settle into the deepest marrow of your bones. You can walk out into the loud world with your head held high today. You are no longer the frightened slave who must survive on the empty crumbs of this world. You are a royal child of the Most High God, and your status is completely unchangeable. The angels of heaven are marching beside your footsteps to clear the path ahead. I am already standing in your tomorrow, and I have aligned your entire provision. You can rest your racing thoughts because everything is completely taken care of. Go forward with a light heart and a bold spirit into this magnificent new season of your life. The heavy waiting period is over, and your harvest is beginning right now. Remember that I am with you during the bright victories and the quiet nights. I will never leave your side, and I will never fail your sacred trust. Receive my ultimate blessing of eternal comfort and supernatural strength today. May my grace shine upon your face and bring complete clarity to your heavy thoughts. May my peace guard your heart from the fiery arrows of the wicked one always. You are completely covered by my steadfast love through 2026 and beyond. Rest in this truth, and let all your worries dissolve into absolute nothingness. The war is over, and you have won the crown of life through your beautiful endurance. Walk in your new identity as a mighty cycle breaker for my glory. My love surrounds your soul in every single second. Peace be with you forever.